you want to be their voice, but you really can't say or do but so much, because when you yourself are trying to figure out your own direction, where are you going, the things that you're working on, the things you're doing, will it ever come so I'm here to be that person to kind of burst the bubble a little bit and say, hey, you know what, I don't always feel like take my smiley friends back here. Baby steps, baby steps. Hey everyone, it's Dara. How's everyone doing today? Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dara K. Fulton, and I am very happy to have you here. And for my returning subbies, thank you so much for being here as well. If you haven't done so already, please click like to this video and subscribe to this channel. I promise you, you won't regret it. So what has been going on, friends? Well, a lot has been going on, to be honest. I think the last time I posted on here was in February, so it's been a little over a month since I have been here on YouTube. And let me just say right now that I really miss being on camera. I miss talking to each and every one of you. So I decided to do a little sit down chit chat with you, just to discuss some things that has been going on. I will try my best not to make this video too long, as I always say in all of my videos, and they end up being 15 plus minutes or so. But I will try my best not to make this video too long. So let's just jump right into it. Before we continue, let me just say that I am just so very happy to be here on YouTube, because I get a chance to really reach out to a wide audience of people from around the world, and I really want to make sure that anything I do here on YouTube will make a difference some form of fashion. And that difference doesn't necessarily have to be strictly motivational things, but it could be something as simple as encouraging someone to do something or putting a smile on someone's face. So if I am giving that to you, I am so very thankful. And if I'm not, I will do my best to do so, because I truly believe in the power of inspiration. I believe motivation is such a great thing to have. And even as adults, at times we don't always receive that. And encouragement is everything. It is I like to call it the fuel that drives us to do the things that we want to do. And I want to be that person to give that to you. So as you can see, I changed my background a little bit. See all my smiley friends? Say hello. The reason why I chose this background was on purpose, because one of the things that I know I tend to struggle with is maintaining a sense of happiness. And what I mean by that is, I'm not a depressed person, but at times I do get depressed. And if you are a person out there who goes through that, I feel your pain. And a lot of times when we say depressed, it doesn't necessarily mean you feel horrible or you feel hopeless or anything like that. Maybe you're just feeling down because things are not working out the way you want them to work out. And Lord knows I experience that quite often. Even in my classroom, I try my best to bring some smiles to my students, bring smiles to you here on YouTube, on my Instagram, and just pretty much anywhere I am in this world. Because if I can put a smile on someone's face, it boosts my self-esteem, it makes me feel happier, it gives me purpose, and it helps me to maintain a smile on my face. People take time out of their schedule, their livelihood, to post a comment here on YouTube, or send me an email, or send me a message on Instagram and say, hey, I really like what you're doing. You're really making me feel happy, or you're giving me a sense of hope. I just need to stress now that that means more to me than you may even realize. I don't look at myself as this huge special influencer, motivational speaker, or anything. I'm just a simple lady from Brooklyn, New York, here to share a part of me to you, and to hopefully make a difference in this world one step at a time. So if I know I'm giving that to someone, I just feel on top of the world, and I'm very thankful to that. And I read every comment, every message, and I appreciate each and every one of you very much. I love you all very much. I will say that the past month or so has been very stressful. And as you know, if you've been with me for a while here on YouTube or even on Instagram, I'm very honest about how I feel, very honest about when I share certain things with you. So I like to keep it real. And I will tell you that it has been very stressful for a number of reasons. Some things I can't unfortunately talk about right now. Maybe down the road I can. But let me just say that sometimes when things don't go the way you would like it to go, or you try your best and maybe it's just not being either recognized or appreciated or seen, or whatever the case may be, it can damper a person's mood. It can damper your ability a little bit, because you start to feel like, am I going about things the right way? Am I truly making a difference? Does this matter? It's been challenging. And I think that when you are an ESL teacher, and I'm only going to say ESL, English as a second language, because that's my profession, and this doesn't mean that other professions or people are going through the same thing, but I'm only going to speak on my personal experience. But again, if you out there can relate, I feel your pain. How can I say this? I love teaching very much, as you know, and I enjoy helping people. But one of the things that comes with this job is when you have to deal with systems that don't necessarily go with the way you want them to go, and there's so much you can do or say about that. The other hardest thing is when students have concerns and you want to be their voice, but you really can't say or do but so much, because you just can't. When you see things that's not quite right and you really can't do nothing about that, that's difficult. And last but not least, when you try to keep a smile on your face, but it's very hard to do that when you're being challenged, or when you feel that what you're doing is kind of like in some ways taken for granted. And I'm not speaking just for the current situation, I'm just speaking in general, because this is something I've experienced all throughout my ESL teaching career. So it's not just for right now. This is just something that I guess that comes with the territory, and maybe down the road I will do a video discussing this. If you are an ESL teacher, if you are working with the adult population, maybe some experiences you might have had that's very similar to these emotions or things that I'm currently expressing here. So that's very hard. The other difficult thing is, of course, teaching is not an easy profession. You have a lot of responsibility. You have to lesson plan. You have to make sure that your students are gaining the knowledge during the time that they're with you. And yes, you always have some who are willing to do the work, and then you have some that says, hey, I'm not interested and I'm not going to do anything. And the downside is when, for any reason, let's say if students are not progressing, that falls on us as the teacher, and then we have to pretty much speak on that, or at least give some type of reason as to why this is happening. So that can be an added pressure as well. And I will say also that when you are passionate and you care about what you do, this is where the challenge truly begins. It is very easy in general for people not to care. And I think we live in a very careless society today where, whether it's a job, whether it's a career, whether it's family, friends, and different, we do tend to have a very I don't care attitude. But when you are a person like me out there who really cares about people and care about what I do and care about whatever it is that I'm doing, if you're that type of person, yeah, things will affect you a little deeper than maybe the average person who doesn't care. And then on top of that, when you are living in an environment that's not so smiley faced, okay, and you're dealing with situations that really can push your buttons, not easy. When you yourself are trying to figure out your own direction, where are you going, the things that you're working on, the things you're doing, will it ever come to full circle? Will you be able to go public and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I want to do? Will this ever happen? And sometimes that's also it's a frustration, yes, because sometimes you just want to just do what you want, but then there's all these other barriers, there's all these things to consider, and it's very, very difficult sometimes to cope with all these different things. And on top of the fact you have responsibilities and pay bills and blah blah blah. And I can't come on here and pretend that everything's fabulous. I see enough YouTubers doing that, and it can be very annoying because I feel like, we're kind of living in a bubble, and in life we're going to experience ups and downs. It's not going to be easy. It's hard, and it's not because I'm on a pity party or I'm looking for sympathy or saying, oh, just feel bad and stay feeling bad. But this is something that I think needs to be addressed at times, because we always, I think in a way we're taught to just put on the happy face and pretend that everything's great when in fact it's not. And then people snap, people get upset, people react. Sometimes people are very irrational with that, and it causes more damage than good. So I'm here to be that person to kind of burst the bubble a little bit and say, hey, you know what? I don't always feel like my smiley friends back here. And there are days I cry. There are days that, I'll be honest, like there was days this past session, I'm on break right now, but there were days that I would walk into school and I'll be on the verge of tears. And it's difficult because, you don't want to show that in front of your students, of course. And I've had let me just say, my students are great. Overall, they're wonderful, and they keep me going. And there are some students out there who may be watching this, and you know who you are, that has taken the time to say, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? You feel okay? You don't look so happy. And I appreciate that, because it shows that they care, and it makes me feel like, you know what? Yeah, I'm upset. Maybe I'm frustrated, but it's going to be okay. And I am here for a purpose. And one student said it best: if you're not good, teacher, then we're not good. And I agree with her. And yeah, so sometimes it's not always about whoever you are and whoever you're working with, who you're working with, and you have to always put on this facade that I'm good. Sometimes it's good to be human and say, you know what, I am having a bad day and I don't feel so great. And yeah, and my students in particular knows this about me, that I'm not afraid to give a hug, because I know I'm a huggy type of person. Sometimes I can use a hug just to help me feel better. So if I can do that to someone else, then I will. And of course, I don't just hug just anybody. A lot of people have reservations about that. There's different cultures that I am exposed to. So yes, in some cultures it might seem inappropriate for a teacher to hug their student, or a woman to hug a man, or whatever. And so I'm very respectful to that, and I don't just run up and just hug people. But if that person needs a hug and they let me know, I'm all arms. See, I'm gonna hug everyone now. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Last but not least, certainly not least, there's YouTube. Now, there has been a lot of discussion out here on YouTube about the changes of YouTube and being a small YouTuber, and and not being able to see any revenue for your videos, and there's all these do's and don'ts and tags and editing and blah 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 blah. And for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you out there, if you are a small YouTuber, just a YouTuber who is not into this like that, you enjoy talking, you enjoy sharing, but you're not trying to be the next biggest YouTuber, I'm going to talk to you for a moment. It's hard because sometimes I feel like it's all about these trends. Same with Instagram. It's all about that damn hashtag, and it's about, what's in and what's popping, slang for what's popular, right? If you don't fall under that, or you don't have that look, or you don't act that way, or whatever it is, whatever that's trending right now, it's like sometimes it makes me feel, and I'm sure you may feel this way, like our content, our efforts are just thrown to the wayside. I wonder, why am I still on here? I have been debating for months now what to do with this channel. Should I keep it? Should I let it go? Because I don't know what else to do. But I have decided that I am going to keep this channel. I do have my second channel, Doris ESL. It's definitely in the baby stages. I haven't even uploaded the videos I've wanted to upload. Part of the reason is because I've been very busy, but the other part is that I'm trying to decide how I want to approach that as well. So it's all these ideas, and Lord knows I have enough notebooks and pens to write these ideas down. And when all is said and done, of course, this is where you have to do your work, and this is where I'm at right now. So my advice to any YouTuber out there who's feeling these different emotions and trying to figure it out, here's my advice to you, and this is what I'm currently doing now. You take it one step at a time, baby steps, baby steps. try your best not to see what other people doing. If you are not a beauty person, don't worry about it. If you're not a gamer person who does like video games or talk about it, don't worry about it. If you're not into wearing the latest clothes, don't worry about it. There truly is an audience for every type of content out there, and I have to remind myself of that too. You know, like even for me, I'm an English as a second language teacher working with the adult population. There are still some people who don't even know what that is, and they might say, why do you want to talk about this? It's not, may not be considered the most popular topic compared to makeup, hair, and wearing clothes. But when you're passionate about something, there go that word again, passionate, right? It's very difficult to let that go and put that aside for what's popular, because what's popular to the world may not be popular to you. You have to be true to yourself no matter what. And so although I am struggling when it comes to producing content and trying to kind of put my channel out there in a way so people will actually stop and say, oh, I want to see what Dora's talking about. It's difficult, but I'm not giving up. I'm not a quitter, and I'm going to keep pushing until I can't push anymore. So there you have it, friends. That's my update. Thank you so much for, just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for your patience. And I will try my best to upload more videos. I actually have an upcoming vlog coming up, so I'll be working on that. So stay tuned to that. It's a really cute and fun vlog. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep smiling, keep striving always. And again, always try your best. That's all we can do, friends. Love you all so much. If you know me in person, you know that I love nails. So these are my real nails. A lot of people like to ask me, Dora, are these your real nails? Yes, they are. I love nails. And if I had to have a second career, it would be to do nails. I would be a nail tech because I really enjoy doing nails. I enjoy, putting on different color nail polish. This is my first time wearing this color, and I just am in love with it. So if I had to choose another career, I would definitely be a nail tech.